In today's video, I'm sharing with you 7 tips to keep your life organized. As I've mentioned in many videos before, I used to be kind of a slob and very disorganized. This meant that I was constantly running late, I wasn't very productive, and I was wasting money on fines and fees because I was paying my bills late. In today's video, I'm sharing with you 7 daily habits to keep your life organized. These are 7 little things that I do every day that turned my life around and help me to stay organized. The first habit is to take care of your mail immediately. After you pick up your mail from the P.O. box or your mailbox, don't just bring it in the house and let it spread out on your counter. Once you set your mail down, then you kind of forget about it. It goes on the back burner and it might be days or even weeks until you actually get around to looking at it, and that's what makes you have to pay those late fees for your bills. So instead of even giving yourself a chance to procrastinate or letting your mail mess up your house, when you first pick up your mail, make sure that you process it immediately. I have a P.O. box, so after I pick up my mail at the post office, I actually like to process it right then so that I can throw away all the envelopes in their recycle bin and I don't have any of that clutter come into my home. If I have time, I even write checks to pay my bills right then and just mail them while I'm at the post office so that I can be completely done with it. The second daily habit is to write down everything. Now there's 2 different parts of this. The first part is to constantly be doing a brain dump. So what I mean by this is I like to carry a notebook with me everywhere I go, and if for some reason I don't have that notebook, then at least I have my phone with Evernote on it, and whenever I get an idea of something that I want to do or I remember something that needs to be taken care of, I immediately write it down in that notebook or on Evernote, and this does 2 things. It makes it so I can stop thinking about it, so it stops distracting me and cluttering up my mind, and it also means that it actually gets done in the future. And then the second way that I write everything down is that I always have a planner with me, and whenever I think of a task that I need to do, I immediately schedule it on my planner, and that way I don't find myself procrastinating or forgetting things that I need to take care of. The third daily habit is to plan ahead. I like to plan my months, my weeks, and my days ahead. Basically, what I mean by this is that at the end of one month, I will sit down and I will make a plan for my next month. What are my goals for that month? What projects am I doing? When am I going to do all those things? And then I do the same thing at the beginning of each week. I look at those goals that I have set ahead of time for the month, and I think, what do I need to do this week in order to fulfill those goals? And then at the end of every day, I do the same thing. I look at what I got done that day, and I look at my goals, and I figure out what are the most important tasks that I should do the following day, and I make myself a to-do list. By planning ahead, when a new day dawns, I immediately know what I'm supposed to do that day, and I don't waste time trying to figure out what I should be spending my time on, or even worse, get to the end of the day and realize that I forgot to do some important things that I really wanted to do. This habit makes me feel a lot more focused and organized, and it also means that I'm a lot more productive and I actually reach my goals. My 4th daily habit for keeping myself organized is to use timers. I find that the more often I use timers, the more productive I am, and the less overwhelmed I feel by my tasks. We all know that the thing about tasks and to-do items is that they fill out as much time as we give them. So if you think you want to write a blog post and you give yourself all day to write the blog post, then it will take you all day. Or if you want to get your laundry folded and you give yourself all day, it will take all day. But if I set a timer for 30 minutes and I start folding my laundry, 30 minutes later I find that at least half of my laundry is all folded, and then I can decide, do I want to keep folding for another 30 minutes and get it all done, or do I want to stop there and move on to another task? This helps me stay a lot more organized and a lot more focused on my task. With folding the laundry, all that means is that I get it done faster, but with some other tasks, like writing a blog post or planning out my next month, this actually means that I do much more quality work and I come up with better plans and I write better. Daily habit number 5 is to give your items homes. So in your living space, you have some items that always stay in the same place. Like, you're probably not moving your refrigerator or your couch around on a daily basis. But then you have some things that you pick up every day and you move them around, like your purse or your keys or the TV remote, little things that you're constantly using and setting down in a different place. I used to lose my keys on a regular basis, and I finally decided that that was just stupid and I need to figure out a better system. So what I decided to do was choose a specific spot where I always placed my keys. I have a shelf by my front door where I put my shoes and my purse and my keys now, and that way whenever I come in the house, I immediately just set my keys there, and then I always know where they are. I haven't lost my keys a single time in the last 5 years thanks to this strategy. But this goes for more than just your keys and your purse, because there's other things that you're moving around your house house that are making your house messy, but if you kept them in the same place consistently, then your house would look a lot tidier. And that leads us on to the 6th habit, which is to keep your surfaces clear. When you see pictures of pretty kitchens and living rooms and bedrooms in magazines or on Pinterest or on Instagram, and you think, oh, that space looks so nice and clean and clear, and how do they keep their house looking so perfect, and why doesn't my house ever look like that? The main thing that is different in those pictures from your house is that in all of those pictures, the surfaces are very clear. There isn't a whole bunch of stuff cluttering up the counter, and I'm not just talking about like dirty dishes or stuff like that even, but even small appliances or different tools that maybe you use so regularly that you think, oh, I might as well just leave this on the counter. Often in those pictures, they don't even have toasters or blenders on the counter. Instead, they store them in the cupboards, which is slightly less convenient, but it sure does look a lot more organized. So maybe you won't go that crazy and keep your toaster in the cupboard, but you can still strive to keep your surfaces as clear as possible. Instead of just constantly dumping stuff on your table or your nightstand or your dresser, take the time to actually put it in the drawer or put it away wherever it goes. Doing this takes the tiniest bit more time, but it makes your house look so much nicer and more organized. Okay, and my final habit that I do every day that makes the biggest difference in my life is to tidy up before I go to bed. Every evening I set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes and I spend that time running around my house cleaning everything up as fast as possible. It's amazing how much you can get done in just 10 or 15 minutes, and it makes a huge difference in the state of your house and the state of your mind. When you go to bed with a clean house, it makes you feel organized and feel calm, and when you wake up to your clean house, you feel happier and more peaceful. Sometimes I think, oh, I'm too tired, I don't want to do this tonight, but the reality is that it is totally worth it to spend those 10 or 15 minutes cleaning up so that I can feel that much better about the next day. Okay, so that wraps up my 7 daily habits for keeping your life organized. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. I make 2 videos every week about intentional living, entrepreneurship, and success, and I would love to have you join me for the next one. Also, please click that thumbs up button down below if you liked the video, because that will help more people find this video too. And one last thing before I go, I made a checklist to go along with this video. It's called Let's Do This, a checklist to start taking action and stop procrastinating. So if you want to get your life organized, but you find yourself being a little bit lazy about getting started, then click that link down below so that you can download the checklist, because I think you'll find it very helpful. Okay, well that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.